thanks for tuning in. We are starting a new thing on Facebook where we're going to be doing videos, so that way if you guys have any questions or comments, you can get a hold of us, send us a message, let us know what kind of topics you would like to see covered. And today I'm joined with Ron Reinstein. He is our certified divorce planner, I believe that's right.
Certified divorce financial analyst.
I always get the title wrong. So today we're going to be talking about divorce and prenup agreements. I know in the celebrity world it's kind of been a hot topic lately.
Yeah, with the divorce of Anna Faris and what's her husband, ex-husband's name, Chris Pratt. They never had a prenup, and at the time, which is kind of like what we'll talk about too today, her career was going better than his, and as he's been in a bunch of blockbusters like Jurassic Park, Guardians of the Galaxy, his career trajectory has managed to really take off, although what she's making from TV is nothing to sneeze at. But one way or another, that's the thing too, is when you do get married, everything comes together in terms of like the marital pool of dollars.
And that kind of just blows my mind that they never had an agreement to begin with, because as you said, she was kind of, at the start, she was the breadwinner. So why, what is a prenup agreement?
A prenuptial agreement it's a contract that's entered into by both parties prior to the marriage. There's also contracts, there's postnuptial agreements too. But the contract is going to spell out the wishes of both people, parties that are entering into the marriage regarding property division, items such as support, alimony, and even other issues too specific to the marriage, in the event of a divorce or sometimes even when someone passes. But the other reason too, Nikki, a lot of people don't really look at a prenup as something to do is when we get married, it's still under our thought is it's forever. However,
and we're in the honeymoon phase, right? Kind of.
Well, the honeymoon phase, but the other part too is we don't get married to get divorced. So a lot of times, you're looking at building your future 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years down the road, but we don't know even if the marriage ends 20 years down the road. What do you want to try to protect, prior to the marriage starting? And that's where a prenuptial agreement can come in.
And now when I think of prenups, I always think of, people with money that are going to want these. Mm-hmm. What about everyday people like you and me? Is this something we should look into as well?
Yeah, I would definitely say it's something to assess before the marriage happens. And one of the reasons why too is that, if one spouse has more assets but also more debt than the other one too, that's another reason why you want to try to keep things separate. Also, if there's like a family home or property that you want to keep separate, really that's what the other thing too is if you own a business and you want to keep the business separate from the marriage, and let's say that business has an intellectual property right that could really appreciate over the course of time, it's something that was again derived prior to the course of the marriage. So that's items that you want to keep separate. The other thing too is matrimonial law will change. We used to, actually I was going to say is we are an equitable distribution state, but also I think in 2008 New York became a no-fault divorce state. We're like the last state in the union to go to the structure of the law.
I actually remember when that passed.
Yeah, so a divorce, even if you go through a divorce where it's uncontested by both parties, that's a pro-se divorce. There's still a lot of documents that need to be filed. There's still a lot of costs that comes with it. But also, too, is with a prenup, if it's done right, if it's done fairly in the view of the court, then hopefully, it will eliminate any costly conflicts as the marriage is going to, come to an end, because attorneys, they got to get paid too.
Is there anything that prenups don't cover, or that you can't put in there?
Yeah, a divorce or prenup, is not going to cover any issues of child support and or custody with an unborn child. So these issues are going to be based on the circumstance at the time the divorce or separation commences. And the court, in New York State, they're also going to look at and determine what is the best arrangement for the child in regards to support, in regards to custody. So, it's kind of hard to say what's going to be in best interest of a child that is, not here, prior, like 4 or 5 years before they arrive and a prenup was signed.
And now you hear about some people putting crazy things in prenups. Mm-hmm. Is everything in a prenup 100% enforceable?
It has to be fair and first and foremost. So as you said, if you have a great amount of money coming to the marriage that, if the marriage ends, your spouse gets nothing. That's just something that it can't fly that way. But it has to, also be looked at by, both both parties will have to get attorneys to look at it, for the agreement too, is that, and the other thing as well is prenups are meant to be a disclosure of your assets. And if you're going to fudge on and hide things or say things aren't there in regards to your assets prior to the marriage starting with this contract, if it comes to light that there's something else there that you said wasn't, that's valuable, they may not hold up in court. The other thing too is you want to do it where it's a timely manner before your wedding. So if it's a month or two before you're getting married, again, the other party could say, well, I was coerced into signing this. The other person said they want to get married, and I really wanted to get married, and but they wouldn't go forward, even though we're 2 months away until they sign the prenuptial agreement. So that's another factor too that may not have this, be upheld, in court of law.
Yeah, and we actually have a blog post on that on our website on thefinancialguys.com that you guys can go check out, about 12 things if you are thinking about getting married, maybe it's close to your wedding date and you don't have a prenup in place. You might just want to read through those things, certain things that you should know about each other before tying the knot.
Absolutely. Financially, it's, again, in marriage, it's out of love, it's out of, trust and respect to the other person going forward, 110%. But the financial picture that each one of us brings to the marriage, now that's it's really going to become one, but you want to kind of have an idea of what that other person is bringing into the marriage, debt-wise, things of that nature as well, because everyone's views on money are different. We don't want to struggle. However, is it, not wanting to struggle, does that come with very high credit card debts and balances at 20% interest? Or is one person frugal and the other person's a spender? You just want to really, again, find a compromise and a common place, but also that these issues are on the forefront before you do walk down the aisle.
Those are some great points. I love it. Thank you so much, Ron, for joining me.
Thanks for having me, Nikki.
If you guys have any questions, comment below. If there's a topic that you would like to see in the future, send us a message, or like I said, comment below, and we'll be talking to you next week.
Have a good one.